Sam wondered aloud why Nar had asked if she could die. Of course she could. She was surrounded by the cold vacuum of space. Nar had the memories of those who had died and knew how they had fallen. However, the question implied something else. Was death due to age a cause among humans? How many had died of age to make Sam curious if it happened to Nar's kind as well. Nar responded through the translator, affirming that she could indeed die. She mentioned that 713 of her species had perished for various reasons, not elaborating further. She explained that her ship ensured her well-being during her travels through space, and without it, she wouldn't survive. She then asked Sam how many humans had died of age. A wave of confusion returned from Sam, who replied that every single human had died of age except those currently alive. Sam further explained that humans had a limited lifespan, currently up to 160 years, but it had been shorter in the past. If Nar had visited Earth a sixth of her age earlier, the entire human population would have been different individuals. This revelation shocked Nar. Nar couldn't comprehend the concept that billions of humans had died, let alone hundreds of billions. The number of deaths among her species was minuscule in comparison. How could a sapient species endure such a barrage of death without crumbling? She couldn't fathom living with the knowledge that one would die eventually, not due to an external force but from aging. The implications were overwhelming. She questioned, "So you just die?" Nar's voice sounded incredulous. Ambassador Neil, feeling the same shock, pondered the concept of a species of immortals. How did they function in society or evolutionary terms? Perhaps this explained Nar's extensive knowledge and skills, unlimited time for education. Neil considered the population count of Nar's species, assuming none died of age. Despite Nar mentioning the deaths among her kind, the number was incredibly low. Explaining this to Nar proved challenging. Humans stopped growing after reaching maturity, but their bodies continued to change, a process called aging. Neil explained that aging was due to biochemical changes in human bodies and cells. While medicine could slow aging, humans only had about 40 years after maturity, where their bodies remained relatively stable. After that, muscles weakened, bones became brittle, skin lost elasticity, and organs began to fail. Even the brain's capacity declined. Eventually, the body could no longer sustain itself and death ensued. Nar, pressing close to the transparent barrier, was silent, seemingly at a loss for words. Neil added that the concept of immortality had long fascinated humans, but even with technological advances, they only managed to extend life slightly. Neil expressed a personal wish for the ability to choose whether to continue living or end life, depending on how interesting or dull it became. Sam's emotions, deeply felt by Nar, conveyed wistfulness and melancholy. Nar visualized a human life as a bright light, slowly dimming and eventually fading into nothingness. How did humans cope with the knowledge of their limited lifespan? Sam speculated that the finite nature of life might drive humans to achieve more within their lifetime or leave something meaningful behind. Nar, trying to avoid dwelling on the deaths within her species, changed the topic. She marveled at the human population's ability to grow despite the inevitability of death. She questioned how humans managed to reach a population of 22.5 billion, considering it took 20 years for a human to mature. The idea of offspring constantly being born and old humans crumbling into dust before new ones took over fascinated and horrified her. Sam explained that humans, on average, had about 2.5 children, indicating a population increase of 50% within a human lifetime. This realization led to further questions about human reproduction. Nar asked how often humans created offspring within a lifetime. Sam mentioned that 2 humans were involved in creating offspring, and that only half of them could bear children. This intrigued Nar further. Nar asked for more details on human procreation, puzzled by the idea that half of the human population couldn't produce offspring. Neil, prepared for this question, explained that most Earth species, including humans, were dioecious, consisting of males and females with different reproductive organs. Females carried the specific cells that could grow into offspring, while males provided different reproductive cells. Fertilization of the female cells by the male cells resulted in a zygote, the basis for a new individual. This process, occurring inside the female's uterus, took about 280 days. Humans could theoretically produce offspring every 280 days, but practical constraints and the need for intense care of the newborn usually delayed further reproduction. Neil emphasized that the development of offspring required significant nourishment and care from the female, supplemented by artificial means if necessary. The concept of multiple births was rare, occurring in less than 4% of cases, and usually involved twins. After Neil's detailed explanation, Nar pondered the complexity of human biology. She expressed a desire to understand the evolutionary reason behind the male-female split in humans, noting the apparent disadvantage of having the potential population growth rate. Sam, unable to fully explain, admitted their limited knowledge of human biology, using terms unfamiliar to Nar. Nar grasped that humans depended on both males and females for reproduction, an arrangement she had never encountered before. This unique aspect of humanity added another layer of novelty to her understanding. Intrigued, Nar asked Sam what type of human she was and the differences between human sexes. Sam, excited to explain, fetched a rectangular metallic plate from her ship. Holding it up, Sam showed Nar two figures representing male and female humans, with herself being the childbearing type. Nar found this fascinating and reflected that her species, producing offspring without a gender split, resembled human females in this aspect. Sam's revelation that Nar was akin to a mother brought forth an overwhelming surge of positive emotions. Nar found this label, deeply valued among humans, profoundly meaningful. Neil pondered the strangeness of relating a motherly label to an immortal, asexual being from a different species. Yet, it was fascinating to think of Nar, an ancient and skilled being, as a mother of six. Neil considered explaining more about human family dynamics but decided against it for now. Instead, she asked if Nar wanted to learn more about human females, males, or reproduction. Nar requested more information about human family units and the significance of mothers. Neil explained that typically a male and female pair up to create and care for offspring, though same-sex pairs also existed. These pairs or families were essential for teaching and nurturing children. Nar noted the similarity to her species, where ancestors taught their offspring before they became independent. Nar elaborated that her ancestor had taught her selective experiences and knowledge, enabling her to grow and learn independently before returning to her origin world. There, she learned from her species, gaining the collective memories of every individual. This extensive knowledge made Nar the representative of her species. Neil, fascinated, asked if Nar knew everything about her ancestors, even the first one. Nar confirmed, explaining that the first one was the ancestor of all her species. Neil, eager to learn, asked about the first one's life. Nar hesitated, as translating memories into language was challenging, but she tried her best. The first of Nar's species was created by a non-sapient ancestor and sent away to grow and learn independently. The origin world was dangerous due to predatory species that preyed on her kind. The first one learned to hide and survive within dense forests, observing nature and understanding the cyclical changes in the environment. As the first one grew, she observed the cycles of abundance and sandstorms, learning to build shelters and survive. During her explorations, she encountered predatory species and non-sapient ancestors, realizing the forest's finite nature. The first one deduced that the sands were encroaching on the forest, reducing habitable space. To protect herself and her ancestral species, she decided to confront the predators. Her resourcefulness and observations led her to understand mathematics and evolutionary principles in nature. She traveled vast distances, learning from other life forms and recognizing signs of diminishing forests. Near the end of the third time of abundance, she created her first offspring. Enthralled, Neil asked if this was all Nar knew about the first one. Nar explained that she knew more but had stopped as Neil requested information about the first one's early life. Neil urged Nar to continue, eager to learn more about this fascinating ancestor. The first one, evolving from a reactive observer to a sapient being, had realized the forest's decline and the increasing threat of predators. She formulated a plan to protect herself and her ancestral species by attacking the fast breeders. During this period of replenishment, she produced an offspring. As Neil absorbed this information, she reflected on how remarkable it was that Nar's species could remember and recount such detailed ancestral memories. The first one's journey, survival, and evolution into a sapient being were extraordinary. Neil pondered the implications of having such deep, ancestral knowledge and how it shaped Nar's understanding of life and survival. The connection between past and present in Nar's species was profound, offering a unique perspective on existence and continuity. Neil, captivated by the narrative, realized that learning about the first one provided valuable insights into Nar's species and their resilience, adaptability, and profound connection to their history. Nar continued her tale. The first one, driven by her newfound sapience, began to teach her offspring the knowledge she had accumulated. She understood that for her species to thrive, they needed to share knowledge and work together. The first one and her offspring meticulously studied the predators, developing strategies to outsmart and defend against them. They built more sophisticated shelters, using the principles of mathematics and nature's designs. As time went on, the first one's offspring reached maturity and produced their own offspring, each generation becoming more adept and knowledgeable. The first one's teachings and experiences were passed down, creating a rich tapestry of collective memory. Each new generation learned not just from their direct ancestors, but from the entire lineage that came before them. This collective wisdom allowed Nar's species to flourish despite the harsh conditions of their world. They expanded their territories, finding new ways to thrive in the ever-changing environment. The first one's initial observations and innovations became the foundation for a thriving, resilient society. Neil was astounded. She marveled at the idea of such an interconnected and enduring species. The thought of having access to the memories and knowledge of all ancestors seemed almost magical. She asked Nar if her species ever forgot anything, to which Nar responded that while individual memories might fade, the most important lessons and knowledge were preserved through their collective consciousness. This way, they ensured that no crucial information was ever lost, and each new generation could build upon the achievements of their predecessors. Nar explained that their society had evolved to place great importance on learning and memory. Each individual was responsible for contributing to the collective knowledge, and their achievements were celebrated and remembered by all. This deep sense of community and continuity had fostered a strong, cohesive society capable of withstanding the challenges of their world. The first one's legacy lived on, not just in the memories of her direct descendants, but in the very fabric of their society. As Nar concluded her story, Neil felt a profound sense of connection and understanding. Despite the vast differences between their species, she saw the common threads of curiosity, resilience, and the desire to thrive. She realized that the quest for knowledge and the drive to improve were universal traits that transcended species and planets. Nar's tale had given her a glimpse into a different way of life, one that valued the past as a guide for the future and saw every individual as a vital link in the chain of existence. Neil thanked Nar for sharing her incredible story and offered to share more about human history and achievements in return. She believed that through mutual understanding and exchange of knowledge, both species could learn and grow. Nar agreed, expressing a keen interest in learning more about humans and their ways. The two beings from vastly different worlds found common ground in their shared quest for knowledge and understanding. Their dialogue continued, delving into the intricacies of their respective cultures, technologies, and philosophies. Neil shared stories of human innovation, exploration, and the relentless pursuit of progress. Nar, in turn, offered insights into her species' unique way of life, their harmonious relationship with nature, and their profound understanding of the universe. Through their exchange, they both gained new perspectives, fostering a sense of camaraderie and respect. In the end, their meeting marked the beginning of a new chapter in interspecies relations. It was a testament to the power of communication and the unending quest for knowledge. Both Neil and Nar looked forward to future encounters, eager to continue their exchange of ideas and to build a bridge of understanding between their worlds. Nar, too, was filled with anticipation. The knowledge she had gained from Neil about humans' resilience, creativity, and capacity for growth had opened new avenues of thought. She was eager to share these insights with her species, fostering a greater appreciation for the diversity of life in the universe. Nar envisioned a future where her people and humans could collaborate, learning from each other's strengths and compensating for each other's weaknesses. Neil returned to her ship, her mind buzzing with the possibilities. She drafted a detailed report of her encounter, emphasizing the importance of continued dialogue and cooperation with Nar's species. Her superiors, intrigued by her findings, approved a series of follow-up missions to further explore this newfound relationship. Teams of scientists, diplomats, and explorers prepared to embark on journeys that would deepen the understanding between humans and Nar's kind. Meanwhile, Nar shared her experience with her species council, recounting the wisdom and stories she had learned from Neil. The council, recognizing the potential for mutual growth, endorsed further interactions with humans. They began to prepare their own missions to explore human culture and technology, eager to forge a stronger bond. As both species ventured into this new era of cooperation, they encountered challenges and breakthroughs that reshaped their worlds. They discovered shared goals, such as environmental stewardship, sustainable development, and the pursuit of knowledge. Joint projects blossomed, from scientific research to cultural exchanges, each fostering deeper respect and admiration for the other's unique contributions. Through their collaboration, humans and Nar's species developed innovative solutions to problems that had long plagued both civilizations. They found new ways to harness energy, protect their environments, and explore the far reaches of space. Their combined efforts led to technological advancements that neither could have achieved alone, propelling both societies into a future of unprecedented possibilities. In time, the bond between their worlds became a symbol of what could be achieved through understanding and cooperation. They celebrated their differences as much as their commonalities, knowing that it was the diversity of their experiences and perspectives that made them stronger together. This alliance inspired other species to seek out similar partnerships, creating a ripple effect of unity and progress across the galaxy. Neil and Nar's initial meeting, filled with curiosity and mutual respect, had set in motion a series of events that would change the course of history for both their species. Their legacy was one of hope, collaboration, and the enduring belief that through open dialogue and the sharing of knowledge, even the most disparate beings could find common ground and thrive together. In the years that followed, the cooperative efforts between humans and Nar's species flourished. Diplomatic exchanges became routine, with ambassadors from both worlds visiting each other's planets to learn, teach, and foster goodwill. These visits led to the establishment of joint research facilities and cultural centers where both species could work together, blending their knowledge and expertise. Scientists from Earth were fascinated by Nar's advanced understanding of bioengineering and ecological balance, while Nar's species marveled at human technological ingenuity and adaptability. Together, they embarked on ambitious projects, such as developing new medical treatments that combined human pharmacology with Nar's genetic engineering, leading to breakthroughs in curing diseases that had long been deemed incurable. Cultural exchanges also played a crucial role in strengthening their bond. Artists, musicians, and writers from both species collaborated, creating works that celebrated their shared experiences and unique perspectives. These cultural artifacts became symbols of unity and understanding, inspiring generations to come. Education became a key focus of their collaboration. Joint educational programs were developed, allowing students from both species to study and live together, fostering early understanding and respect. These programs produced a new generation of leaders who were well-versed in both cultures and committed to the continued partnership between their worlds. The economic benefits of their alliance were also significant. Trade agreements were established, allowing for the exchange of goods and resources that benefited both societies. Human technology helped Nar's species improve their infrastructure, while Nar's ecological expertise helped humans develop more sustainable practices on Earth. As their relationship deepened, they faced and overcame numerous challenges. There were misunderstandings and conflicts, as with any relationship, but their commitment to open dialogue and mutual respect always brought them back to the negotiating table. They learned that their differences, rather than being a source of division, could be a powerful catalyst for innovation and growth. Their alliance also had a profound impact on the broader galactic community. Inspired by the success of the human-Nar partnership, other species began to seek out similar alliances, leading to a more interconnected and cooperative galaxy. This network of interspecies collaborations helped address galactic-scale challenges, such as environmental preservation, peacekeeping, and the exploration of uncharted territories. Neil and Nar's legacy was enshrined in monuments and commemorations on both worlds. Annual festivals celebrated the day of their first meeting, a symbol of the transformative power of curiosity, respect, and cooperation. Their story was taught to children as a foundational lesson in the importance of understanding and embracing diversity. In their later years, Neil and Nar often reminisced about their first encounter, marveling at how a simple conversation had sparked a revolution of thought and action. They remained close friends, advisors, and champions of the continued alliance between their species. Their bond, forged in the spirit of exploration and discovery, endured as a testament to what could be achieved when beings looked beyond their differences and worked together for a common good. As the galaxy moved forward, ever more complex and vibrant, the seeds of unity planted by Neil and Nar grew into a sprawling tree of interstellar cooperation. Their story served as a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the vast expanse of space, the desire for connection and the pursuit of knowledge could bring together the most unlikely of allies, leading to a future where all species could thrive in harmony. Neil and Nar's legacy continued to grow, influencing countless aspects of both their societies. Their story was not just about two beings from different worlds meeting and forming a bond, it was about the entire galaxy learning from their example. As the years turned into decades, the collaboration between humans and Nar's species became a model for other civilizations. One of the most significant projects that emerged from their alliance was the creation of the Interstellar Council, a governing body composed of representatives from various species across the galaxy. The Council's mission was to promote peace, cooperation, and shared progress. Neil and Nar were among the founding members, their wisdom and experience guiding the formation of this unprecedented coalition. The Interstellar Council tackled issues that affected multiple worlds, from trade disputes to environmental crises. They established a galactic network of communication, ensuring that no species felt isolated or unheard. This network also facilitated the exchange of scientific research, cultural practices, and technological advancements, creating a more unified and advanced galaxy. The impact of Neil and Nar's efforts extended to space exploration as well. Joint missions were launched to explore distant star systems, combining the strengths of both species to overcome the challenges of deep space travel. These missions not only expanded their knowledge of the universe but also fostered a sense of camaraderie among the crew members, who hailed from diverse backgrounds. These explorers returned with tales of new worlds and civilizations, further enriching the collective understanding of life in the galaxy. They discovered planets with unique ecosystems, each offering new insights into the possibilities of life. The shared experiences of these missions deepened the bonds between the allied species and inspired further cooperation. On Earth and Nar's home planet, technological and societal advancements continued to flourish. Human cities integrated Nar's ecological principles, creating urban environments that were both sustainable and harmonious with nature. Nar's species, in turn, adopted human innovations to improve their infrastructure and enhance their quality of life. The blending of their technologies led to the development of new energy sources, agricultural techniques, and medical treatments. These innovations not only benefited their own worlds but were also shared with other species through the Interstellar Council, spreading the benefits of their collaboration throughout the galaxy. Education and cultural exchanges became even more prominent. Universities and research institutions on both planets welcomed students and scholars from across the galaxy, fostering a rich exchange of knowledge and ideas. Cultural festivals celebrated the diversity of life in the galaxy, with artists and performers from different species showcasing their unique traditions and talents. These events highlighted the beauty of diversity and the strength that came from unity. The younger generations grew up in a galaxy where cooperation and understanding were the norm, carrying forward the legacy of Neil and Nar with a sense of pride and responsibility. As Neil and Nar grew older, their roles as advisors and mentors became even more vital. They were revered not just as pioneers of interspecies relations but as symbols of what could be achieved through compassion, curiosity, and collaboration. Their story continued to inspire, reminding all that the pursuit of knowledge and the willingness to bridge divides could create a better future for everyone. On the anniversaries of their historic meeting, both planets celebrated with events that honored their contributions and reaffirmed the commitment to their shared ideals. These celebrations were marked by reflections on past achievements and discussions about future goals, ensuring that the spirit of Neil and Nar's partnership remained a guiding force. In their final years, Neil and Nar found solace in knowing that their efforts had laid the foundation for a lasting peace and prosperity in the galaxy. They spent their days in contemplation, surrounded by the thriving societies they had helped create. When they eventually passed away, their deaths were mourned across the galaxy, but their legacy lived on, immortalized in the hearts and minds of countless beings. Statues were erected in their honor, depicting them side by side, a testament to their friendship and the unity they had fostered. Their names were inscribed in history books, their story taught to future generations as a beacon of hope and a reminder of the power of collaboration. The Interstellar Council continued to uphold the principles that Neil and Nar had championed, ensuring that their vision of a harmonious galaxy remained a reality. As new challenges arose, the Council drew on the wisdom and example of Neil and Nar to navigate them, always striving to build bridges and find common ground. The galaxy, once fragmented and divided, had been transformed into a tapestry of interconnected worlds, each contributing to the collective well-being of all. In the end, the meeting between Neil and Nar was not just a moment in time, but the beginning of a profound journey that reshaped the destiny of the galaxy. Their story was a testament to the limitless potential of understanding and cooperation, proving that even the most disparate beings could come together to create a future where all could thrive. The legacy of Neil and Nar would forever be a shining example of what could be achieved when beings look beyond their differences and work together towards a common goal, ensuring a prosperous and harmonious existence for all. If you enjoyed this story and want to support us, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel. For every comment that says we will heart every single one of them. Thank you for your time.